Okay, here we are in. Hold on, let me go wide. Here we are again for another stream. Holy moly, free holy guys! Oh, lordy Lucretia! I am tired. I'm tired. I'm very tired, and I'm very groggy. And obviously, I didn't do the stream on Wednesday. It was Christmas Eve, and I had a lot of stuff to do on Christmas Eve. Specifically, I was making this thing. It's basically like a form of shepherd's pie, but like fried in a ball. It's an old recipe that I've been wanting to try for a while, and so I tried it. It was really good, but it was very odd. It was literally shepherd's pie in a ball, which is like not what it seemed like it would end up tasting like. It seemed like it would end up tasting more like a French fry or some sort of like kind of like mozzarella stick type thing, but it ended up just tasting like shepherd's pie, which is really good. I'm glad that it did, but yeah, I that had to cook for a lot longer because you have to make the mashed potatoes first, you have to make the mincemeat first, and then after you do all of that, and only then can you mix it all together. And then the worst part is breading because it's like essentially mashed potatoes and mincemeat. It's very loose, which means that breading it's kind of a pain in the ass because you have to like keep it balled up while you're doing this. It's very difficult and very tedious. And yeah, so it took me a lot longer than I thought it would. And by the time I was done, like by the time I realized how much time it would take, I decided to do that instead of stream. So I switched to that. That's about all there is to it. But bright side, it means that I don't have to ruin Christmas Eve with terrifying, spooky, scary stream. But it also means that hey, when we play this, this might actually be our last day of Observer System Redux. I'm suspecting it will be. And if it is, then I just want to remind everybody that if today is the last day of Observer, we will be moving on to other stuff here soon, other games, and then so I'm trying to get an actual schedule started for the streams, considering that my school work stuff is going to get started here soon. So I might switch to evening streams, and if that happens, I'll be streaming probably around like 5 or 6 o'clock on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. So, well, I guess I should rephrase that. Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. And Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday, I want to be the same game streams that we're doing now. So mainly still game stuff, just because it's easier for me to do and relaxing. And then Fridays, we'll switch over to either a writing stream, art stream, or a music stream, depending on what I am feeling like that day. And it's not too difficult for me to do because I actually have right here, there is this little jack. And this little jack plugs directly into my computer and can allow me to hook up one of my two what am I trying to say? Jesus, pianos, keyboards over here to play out onto this. So I have a space set up right over here to the left that I'll be able to do piano music on and that sort of thing. The only thing I'm worried about is my microphone because I don't want the mic to pick up the piano. However, I don't think that's a problem because I'm pretty sure the way that it'll work is that I'm just going to monitor the sound, and then it's not actually going to come out of the speakers. So it's just going to be the monitored headphone out, which is good, makes it nice and easy for me. The large 88 key that I have over there might be a little bit more tricky because I'm pretty sure that's an RCA out, which I have a thing that I can plug in for RCA, but I think it'll be harder just because I think that one actually does go out with the speakers. So either that or it might also have a headphone out too. And if it has a headphone out, then again, I'll just plug it straight into the headphone out so that way it's adjustable and I don't have to hear it repeating through the microphone. I can just hear it through these bad boys. Other than that, yeah, that's about all for updates, I think. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, if you can't tell, and I'm kind of doing this each time. Each stream may be different. This audio right now is the way that I'm probably going to have it for the next foreseeable while. Not because I think that this will be, like, the way to do things or anything, but because I think I finally got the audio in a good area. I was aiming for a number that you really shouldn't be aiming for with audio, thinking that that was somehow the way to my heart, and turns out, surprisingly, it isn't. So I heard that you're supposed to be aiming between 10 and 15 on the yellow bar, and not on the and not 5 on the red bar, which is what I was aiming for originally. So yeah, now I'm aiming in a different way. But bright side, I've figured out the errors of my ways. It is now in the yellow bar properly. And I'm thinking anyway that I'm probably going to be switching out between these 4 mics that I have. So this one right here is the one that I'm playing out of now. Then I've got one that's almost identical right here. That is the one that I think that I spoke out of last time, although it might have been this one. This is a Shure PG58 microphone. I got a big lot of them a while ago, and my piece de resistance is over there. It's the Shure 55SH, but it needs to be the gain needs to be pushed inline, and I need to buy a special inline gain increaser for that. So I do not currently have any plans to use that one. I think I used it first stream, maybe, but it didn't sound good. It sounded muffled in a way that, like, it does need a sound gain push properly. So, and if you get an inline gain maker or gain increase, then usually that's 20 decibels of clean gain on top of whatever is coming out of the microphone naturally. You just have to drive it with the power, which this preamp that I have right now does do that. However, I'm thinking, oh shit, I didn't start the recording. Fuck. Okay, whatever. The first 10 minutes is just banter anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. But I'm just glad I figured that out now as opposed to like 2 hours from now when I go to stop. Point being is that I can actually push that with this audio interface that I have right now. However, I'm waiting until school comes around again because I have grant money that I get, about $5,500 of grant money every semester at this point in time, and I'm going to use that money to increase my audio setup here. Technically, I should be using it on school stuff, and I do. I set aside budgets for everything and stuff, but there's also in actuality, that's just used for living stuff, and this is living stuff because I want this to become more than just a pointless little hobby where I'm pushing 0 viewers all the time, constantly. So yeah, I'm gonna start publicizing stuff a little bit more about these streams, seeing as basically I'm the only one dealing with this right now. Just so later on more people can get a hang of things. Observer System Redux is basically a test drive for streaming. I think my other streams are going to go a lot better. I already have plans in the works to make music for the backdrops of all this stuff, because right now this microphone is not being noise canceled at all, and I'm sure that you can probably notice that if it comes down to it. But the main reason why I don't have it as a noise canceled thing, which is why you hear that little like in the background, is just because it hollows your voice out a little bit too much. And I've been doing a lot more singing stuff, and singing stuff you really don't want a noise suppression system for it, just at all. You really don't. So I've been making an effort to get my voice into proper shape without any noise suppression, any sort of EQ settings, or anything else like that. I've been really trying to au naturel it recently, which is just brutal. I'm not going to lie. When the music streams come along, it's going to be rough for a good, like, 2 months, I would say, until I finally get the hang of things, because holy moly free holies, it's a pain in the ass to realize that you aren't as good of a singer as you thought you were. That the reason why the mic makes your voice sound like shit is because it's not that your voice necessarily sounds like shit, it's that you've picked up a lot of bad habits from hearing yourself. More specifically, your voice resonates differently because it's resonating in your body as well, through your bones and other things like that. So you view your voice a little bit more resonantly, I guess I would say. Not necessarily higher or lower. If you actually listen to it in line, like in real time, the same voice over the top of your voice, it's not that it's like higher, it's maybe slightly higher, but it's that it doesn't resonate with the microphone the way that you thought it would, because it's resonating with you, not the microphone. So you gotta work on that, as well as there's a lot of noise control that you have to deal with. When you're singing into a microphone, you're singing to one particular focal point. And when you're singing in a room, you're singing to the room. So the slight changes in loudness that you would have in a room don't matter in that room, because it's a large room that you have to fill up. But when you're singing into a microphone, it's a lot different. You have to be very careful about the volume control. I mean, even now, I'm like slowly walking away from the better area of sound quality for this mic. Like, this is where the sound quality sits at its best. But if I even move slightly out, you can even hear the difference immediately. So you got to be right next to where the sound is at its best. There's incredible sound staging, and it changes all the time based around the settings that you have on your microphone, where you're trying to bleed in your sound or hit the sound in your mic, whether or not you're trying to be loud or whether or not you're trying to be quiet. These are all things you have to take into account when your microphone's this way. And reasonably, it has a lot to do then with compression settings, honestly, too, because you want your voice to be compressed enough to where your highs and lows aren't that different from each other, but to where it's variable enough that if you sang or yelled or other things like that, it does differentiate itself. So all that in mind, I think I'm finally on track with that, but we'll see. Um, we'll see. It's just a matter of figuring out what all works and fits together, and I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to figure that out so that I can give you guys the best version of me and the best version of all of this possible while still being authentic to myself. You know, I don't want to be one of those YouTubers who's like mostly authentic, but then kind of puts on a persona, that like weird thing of like, it's like me dialed to 110%. It's like, no, what I want this to be is just me presenting myself to you, but being able to properly present myself to you the way that I would present myself to another human being versus to myself alone in a room. You know, like me alone in a room is different from how I would present myself, say, if any of you guys like met me on the street or something like that. If you met me on the street, I would be much different to how I am when you guys see me here. And that's not something that I want to continue, so I am trying to get better at that. Speaking of things to get better at, I'm also trying to get a better mic stand with a bump thing, because right now if I do this, I mean that's loud. It sounds like I'm hitting the microphone on the top or something, but I'm not. I'm just hitting the, you can actually see it, the stand. That's not good. So first off, I need a much larger and longer stand over here, so that way I can like hang it around or wrap it around in various ways, move it back and forth without having to worry about things. And then second, I need a better mic mount, because right now this is like a fixed mount. You're not supposed to be touching the stand or anything else like that with a mic stand like this. And I have it this way instead. This is one of those mic stands that you're supposed to be talking into like this, but you're not supposed to be grabbing it while you do that. And that's fine for what I'm doing right now, because I'm not moving a whole hell of a lot, but it's something that I'm a more interactive person. Okay, even now, like, and I'm also working on trying to get a better perspective for this. This is a decent perspective for right now, but I really want to. I'm gonna get a like shelf thing to go right back over here. And my hope is that I can put that stand there, have the computer screen pushed up more to like have a decent backing that way. And then the camera can be up there facing slightly down at me, which would realistically be the best of both worlds there, or be the best of what I can do, so that way it's not in a weird angle. Like before, I had it over, like way over this way, and it was facing towards me like that, which was a weird perspective because the lighting isn't very good from that direction. Not to mention, you don't get a very good view of me properly from there. Like, it needs to be something that's eye level or lower. Not something that's like above me the way that it was, because then you just see my nasty ass posture and you're like, ugh. Like right now I'm laying back in my, because also I need a new I also need a new desk chair, but that is way down the line because it's just the back in this one is just fucking awful. This is the worst back. Actually, you know what I could do? And I might actually go grab that right now, even. I have another desk chair in my office that's it's better and worse in some ways. But it might be time to switch back to that because this desk chair is awful. Like, it's genuinely terrible. So I'm going to actually go grab that right now and put you guys back on the cool music train. So I am going to grab that right now, actually. I'll be right back. Okay, immediately, so much more goddamn support for my back. I'm actually going to be able to sit up straight now, which in turn means that I have to adjust the camera again. So hold on while I do that. Okay. How about there? Is that good? A little bit more over because I'm going to be angled this way. So there we go. Let's see. Better? Better? A little bit more this way. Alright, let's just see. Adjust. There we go. Boom. Way better. Holy shit. Oh, that's the way to do it, isn't it? My god. That looks way better immediately. And I can actually sit up the way that I'm supposed to. Actually, it may even be better to do this and go even higher with it because I am rolled pretty far. Hold on. I'm fixing things. So the way that I have my Canon right now is that it actually perches on its strap to be adjustable to my level of like where I'm at. And so whenever I want to adjust it to see me the way I want it to be, I just have to readjust the strap some more, and that is pretty good. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, pretty good. Cool. Yeah, that looks way better. Alright. Boom! Ha ha ha! Dude, we're living like Larry here. We are living like fucking Larry. Yeah. This is actually just really good. I wonder what really good improvements we can make immediately. Oh yeah, that would be right. That's right. Maybe grabbing the chair that allows me to sit upright as opposed to like the problem with that chair is that it's broken near the base. The seat thing is. The only way I can describe it is if I put it on this again. You can actually see, because this is just a backdrop. This is high waving. You can see the chair. It looks like it should be straight up, but if you actually look back, that thing leans a lot. It's a lot further back, and that's because that back is broken on it. It's broken right near the base. It's supposed to sit up closer to, if I grabbed it, it's supposed to sit up closer to there, but it just falls back that way. It's also because it's made out of cheap-ass plastic, but if I'm going to have somebody on my stream, it might actually be a good idea to have this over here, because then I can have a second chair right over here to my left, and then always just go widescreen with it whenever I want to showcase two people. This is way down the line stuff. I don't think I'm going to get any of my friends on here anytime soon, just because they're not this type to be on screen and doing all that. Plus, I'd have to set up a second microphone and EQ that shit too, and I don't even have an XLR cable that can reach that far yet, let alone a second stand that I'd be able to set that microphone onto. Because this, eventually, what I'd have is that my new microphone stand would be mine, and then this would become the backup stand for anybody else. I'm going to get at least one more XLR cable that's a lot longer than this one, because this one's like, this is only a 3-foot XLR cable. I just want to put that one out there. Only 3 foot. So it is not the largest XLR cable in the world. I wish it was larger sometimes, because there is some stuff that I'd like to do that I just can't right now because it's just too short of a cable. But that being said, again, even now, I have the ability to plug in a second mic and have this showcasing in a single line input the two people involved in stuff, because it would go left and right is what I remember from what I understand how the channels would work with it, because it just puts out as a stereo output instead of two separate outputs, which is stupid. It is stupid. It should be separating it, but it doesn't. This particular audio interface that I have is called the Moore Steep 2. I bought it back when it was more state-of-the-art, so it was $100 and something for me, only to find out that like 2 years down the road from when I bought it, more like 3 years now, but 3 years down the line from when I bought it, that turns out actually not very expensive anymore, more closer to $50, but it has something that almost every audio interface does not, and that is that this has 196K, what is it, refresh rate? Not bit rate. Bit rate is 24-bit. There are 32-bit ones that you can get nowadays, but they usually don't go up to 190K or 196K in the refresh rate. And a lot of people say you can't actually hear the difference in refresh rate between 196, 48, and all that jazz. Yes, you can. The people who say that are not paying attention. The audio quality is drastically changed as long as there's no bottlenecks. If you don't have a bottleneck in the system, then yes, it is very noticeably different. However, if you have a bottleneck, you're not going to notice it at all. And I don't have a bottleneck in my system right now. This microphone, phenomenal microphone. Actually, I have 8 microphones that are phenomenal. I have a microphone. Actually, scratch that. I do have a way that if push comes to shove, somebody else could be here listening or talking as well. I have a microphone that does not go through this mic. It's its own source that they could use, but I don't have a stand for it, so that I have to sit there and hold it the whole time like this, and that may not be the best thing for them. So I'm going to just say nobody really wants to be on stream with me at the moment, which is fine. You know, it's fine. You kind of have to train yourself to talk properly and to behave a certain way, get streaming in a certain orientation, as well as, like, I don't know, when you're streaming with somebody, I would either say it's a little bit, it's just different, you know? Because you have to still be yourself, but you're also who you are when you're around them, so it can sometimes get a little bit less or more involved in various ways. So, yeah, but anyway, I've yapped everybody's ear off for about literally half an hour now, so I'm going to actually get into the game now. And we're going to play some more Observer System Redux. Observer System Redux. What are we doing today? We're playing Observer System Redux. Oh yeah, besides that, for Christmas, my mother got me, like, one of the best things ever. Boom. She got me delicious SOAD. And not just any SOAD. She got me one of the soda stream machine type things. It's not a soda stream machine. It's a different brand of it. But my God, this is going to save me so much money on soda. It's not even funny. Oh. Even now, just that little bit of soda. Here, I'll move it out of the way. I have a lot of stuff over here to my left, including a little paper thing. Adam Lazarski. Okay, I'm trying to get into where we last left off. Last left off, I'm in Adam's brain, even though he told me not to get into Adam's brain. I'm running across the big red sign thing because, of course, you know, again, I said this last time. If you really want to make yourself seem like an evil corporation, turn everything red. All the lights must be red. Everything must be red and evil and vile looking. The cables, make them come out like tendrils. You know, even like having the cables come out like that is not how cables would naturally sit. You'd have to make it look that way. They'd have to, like, resin cast it to look like vines going up into the ether. You know. Middle mouse. Middle mouse. Right mouse button. Hello. Okay. Hello. Okay. I don't like that. I'm not gonna say how much I don't like that. However, you can kind of imply. Want to see things that I don't want you to see. Last ride? I hate that. Okay. Oh, fucking hell. I hate that. Okay, I got this. I'm like Dora the fucking Explorer, man. Oh, fuck you. Okay. This is weird as shit. Okay. Okay, fuck you. I hate this so much. Ugh. Stop. No, stop. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. I hate this so much. I hate this so much. And go now. Okay. Huh. Oh, I hate this so much. There's gonna be something spooky that comes after me. Nope. Nope. Stop. I hate this so much. Nice. Like Dora the Explorer. I got hit by a car. You fucking pricks. Okay. I still don't really understand what's happening here, because that's clearly Adam. Like, his head is there. Unless they, like, duplicated him or something. Which, oh, God, I put this in front of the freaking camera again. Jesus, I'm so stupid. Why'd I have it sitting over there? Why not closer? Oh yeah, because the camera's right there, dude. Dumbass.
Okay.
Survives Adam's trapware. You know, sometimes you just gotta go inside of Adam's discarded head.
Injected. Strain level decreased.
Where's his head? It dropped on the floor somewhere, right? Yeah, there it is. Human head. Amazing. Survive Adam's trapware. Dad, don't look inside of my shit. That's not very cool. That's not very cool, Dad. You're not supposed to do that. What did I tell you about invading my privacy? God. Stop looking inside of my mind every time that you think that I'm doing something wrong. Just because I got involved with some weird-ass resistance and got multiple people killed. Fuck you, Dad. You don't control my life. Fuck off. I think I'm entitled to a little bit of control, considering, what the fuck is that noise? Okay. Okay, this is ringing alarm bells then. There is thing connected to there. So there's a puzzle. There's a puzzly little Zo. Hello. Well, I hate that. Stop, 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 stop. Fuck all the way off. All the way off. This is gonna be a running segment. There hasn't really been any real life danger so far. And I have a bad feeling about this. Okay. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Okay. Alright. I'm like frozen in fear right now. I'm genuinely, like, the only reason I'm not jumping right now is because my ass is so stiff. It's not even funny. Do not do this again. For fuck's sake. hate this so much. I hate this so much. Please stop. Please. Please, God. Don't do it. You know you don't want to. Stop. Stop bullying me. Stop it. Just let me be free. Just let me be free. Oh, God. Please don't let this be the looping bullshit of Oz. Just let me back into the main area. Can I please be back into the main fucking room soon? I'm tired of this. It went from almost 0 spooks to 1 fucking spook after the other. Am I back? Am I back yet? For fuck's sake, am I back? I cannot. I can't. Also, there's a ceiling above us, yet it's raining. Oh. That's kind of neat. It's only up until... Okay, sweet. That's actually sick that they did it that way. Okay. I respect that. It's only raining on the side that, like, it would be blowing in from. It's not raining right at me right here. That's pretty cool. Excuse me? Hello. Secrets? You can't stop me. I'm the gingerbread. I saw that. Hey. Wait, what? Hold on. Okay, I'm going fucking nuts. My character's going crazy. Okay. They're... Oh my god. Holy fuck. I'm straight. I'm playing a horror game. This is scary.
Well, I thought you heard me.
No, I have headphones on. Yeah, it's probably ISU.
Let's just stick your name.
Alright. Okay. Oh, her presence on the second we dealt over Oh my god. Holy fuck. That scared me. That was scary. I may have to stop early so that I can deal with that, which kind of sucks because I really want to play more of this. Ah, Jesus! Okay, what is this? Important information enclosed. Okay. I'm gonna have to contact ISU here soon. Oh, my... whatever. Actually, I am gonna stop for today because I am not in the mood to do this anymore because that letter was really rough. So, I'm just gonna stop for today. I will be back on probably tomorrow if this is the case. So... Alright, I will see you guys all tomorrow. Bye.